I have to be honest, when I saw that count and his weird tongue action going on his cane when he was pretty much sexually harassing Rumia, I got insane JoJo vibes. Like, I forget the character's name, but remember the whole cherry scene in part 3 of JoJo? That cane situation was literally the same thing. Like, that shit cracked me up just because I thought it was a JoJo reference. If it wasn't, it's a JoJo reference without even trying to be one. Like, that was really funny. This episode overall, we're getting into this like magic kind of school competition. We're in this tournament arc, which is going by fairly fast, but I'm perfectly okay with this. I'm sure they're rushing over some things. I'm sure in the original source material, it was much longer than it currently is in the anime, but I think, you know, what they're trying to go for here, I think is fun enough. Like, it's not trying to be overly complex with its tournament arc, and I think it's serving a purpose, at least to show Glenn, without Glenn actually wanting to be like this great teacher, this caring teacher, he's becoming one, despite him being in just kind of an arrogant asshole and just a bastard of a teacher because he's just doing this, so he has some more money so he can spend it on food and whatever else he wants to spend it on. I just thought the overall execution of showing Glenn at the beginning, because they really, like, they kind of sell you on it, because Glenn is a bastard of a teacher, granted, sure. We also saw this side that he's staying at the school because he wants to see the students grow and what they'll become, so you do get the sense of like, okay, I guess Glenn actually just wants to help the class out. But then when you get the little bit of a flashback to show that he's just ran out of money, he's not getting allowance anymore, and essentially if his class wins, he'll get a nice little bit of money bonus there. It's just perfect. Like, he's such a bastard of a teacher, but he is kind of a good person, but he is a bastard nonetheless. And I just like his kind of plan to make this class win, where without even realizing what he's doing, he's actually bringing everyone together and giving everyone kind of a bit of hope, because most of these classes, in fact, all of these classes, what they do is they take the top students and use them for every single event, whereas Glenn is taking each student and putting them in their best category, which to them is just like, wow, our teacher believes in us, this is amazing, like, we can actually do something. In Glenn's mind, that's the best way to win, and then when he hears that, oh, the other classes just take the top students, we should do that too. Oh, Sisti is telling everyone how great I am, I guess I gotta do this. And there's just this constant level of both Sisti and Glenn not being on the same page, and it's really funny. It's really stupid comedy, but it's really funny. And I just think watching the different kind of like obstacles and like seeing Glenn's plan actually work, it's coming into fruition, like, yeah, of course, this was my plan all along, I knew we would do great. To then just see like just the teachers like kind of calling him out for what he's doing, just being a piece of shit, but Glenn is just selling it to his students, and I absolutely love just the banter between everyone. It was really fun and a really entertaining episode overall. But I think definitely my favorite part of the entire episode is, like mentioned, it had to be the scenes with Rumia when she was like enduring this like mental training. Like, she has to pretty much counter spells that are supposed to just mentally break you, and I really liked it, not just because it had a couple of funny like JoJo style comedy moments, but it really just showed like Rumia like, just trying to overcome this for her class, and then Glenn like coming in saying, you know what, I didn't anticipate this, I didn't anticipate someone so strong, pull out of this, it's not worth it. I think the main reason I really like that scene is because despite Glenn doing this so he will win a bunch of money, he's not willing to put one of his students through absolute hell to the point of her probably like damaging her health. So I really appreciate that, you know, Glenn is a bastard of a teacher, but there is a side to him that he does ultimately care for these students, and he's not willing to put them in danger, not risk their lives. But I also like how she actually wins, because this guy literally just passed out standing up and she actually won. So it was a nice little victory for them. But I liked what it did for Glenn and Rumia's characters overall. I just thought there wasn't anything too complex about the episode, but it was very fun. It had a lot of comedy in it, but also just showed a different side of Glenn. Despite Glenn not wanting to have that side shown at first glance, it's pretty nice to see that Glenn does have a caring side, despite him just doing this all for the money. And I just think, you know, Sisti just getting the wrong impressions throughout this episode, thinking that Glenn's actually this great guy when in reality he's doing it just for a, you know, a stack of cash. It's pretty entertaining. I actually really like this episode. Probably might be my favorite episode of the series so far, to be honest. Like, I loved episode 1 with the comedy, but this was a very balanced episode of some comedy, some banter, but also some really cool character progression. I'm really excited to watch episode 5 next week, and I'd be interested to hear what everyone think of this episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or do you think it was just okay? And what was your favorite moment in the episode and why? Before you leave, hit that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.